And we're live. Good evening, everybody, people of the night, stairmasters, gamers, anime enthusiasts. You're listening to the world's greatest DJ, anime aficionado, candy addict, and your best friend, Julian Orbit. Sit back, relax, have a drink. Or if you're recovering like me, have some candy, but also have a drink because, fell off that wagon again. And hang out with us. Tonight's movie review segment is Perfect Blue 1997. Directed by Satoshi Kon, known for Millennium Actress 2001, Tokyo Godfathers 2003, and Paprika 2006. And we will be covering those other two films. This is one of my absolute favorite directors. So you just hold on to your hats for that one, guys. I just wanted to bring up American filmmaker Darren Aronofsky acknowledged the similarities in his 2010 film Black Swan, but denied that Black Swan was inspired by Perfect Blue. I don't know about that, buddy. His previous film, Requiem from a Dream, features a remake of a scene from Perfect Blue. It definitely does. I'll give you that. Joining us tonight is Stairmaster, author of the piano, motorcycle hooligan, Snicko, who is vaping very loudly into the mic. There you go. What's up, bro?
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
Good to
how's
see
it
you.
going?
How's it going,
How's
everybody?
everyone? How's Julian today?
I'm good. I'm really good. I had a really good day because I got to watch this movie. I love anime, and I just want to say, if you guys love anime as much as we do, hit subscribe. We need you guys to subscribe to this channel at this point. Like they're getting upset with us.
Yeah,
We're getting the views. Like, come on, guys, hit
100
subscribe.
views and only 26 subscribers. Come on, guys.
Hundreds of views. Like, come on, what are you guys doing? Like, just help us out a little bit. Even if it's just for like a week. Let's keep this around. Otherwise, we're gonna end up on DLive, which is I know
What's
I
that?
know, right? It's a blockchain streaming service, basically.
Ooh,
It's
blockchain,
interesting.
really?
Yeah, it's interesting stuff, but
What's the ticker for that?
I have no idea. So, unfortunately,
Is that a tradable
Charles,
currency?
probably.
Hmm.
So you're really into this Bitcoin thing right now, eh?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I
That's
just have
okay.
one word for you.
What's
Cardano.
that?
Cardano.
Get in there, people. I don't trade stuff, man. I hate gambling.
It's calculated gambling. It's like poker.
Yet I ride some of the craziest mountaintops and surf the biggest waves, but I don't like gambling.
Well, I like gambling.
Calculated
I like
risks are fine. Oh, I like that too. I need to get a new bike. I'm thinking about it.
Don't get the brand new S1000RR.
Don't do it. Okay, that's the one then.
Apparently, it's problematic.
Problematic? How so? Tell us.
Broken rims, all sorts of issues, like factory stuff, factory issues. That's the third gen one. That's the one I'm talking about.
So before we start, I just want to let everyone know Roy is a verified YouTuber now.
Yes.
What are you gonna do with that? Because your artist name is Snicko, which I like personally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you gonna change your channel name over to Snicko? I think you should, just so it's congruent, because you're Mobobius, but you're also Roy, but all your music's under Snicko. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment and subscribe. Let him know what he should do.
Snicko is like a moniker I used while gaming.
Right.
So it also happens to be my artist name. I have stuff on SoundClick. I'm slowly putting stuff up on Spotify, but I got to
Right.
comb through all my hard drives because, as you know, Julian, that one song you heard, I have like
Hmm.
7 different versions of it, and the one we like the most
Right.
is somewhere on one of my 6 hard drives that are sitting in a pile and waiting for me to get a VGA cable so that I can, or a backpack, like one of those little portable
Do you need
USB
what kind of
things.
hard drive is it? Is it a SATA drive or is it like the
Yeah,
old?
it's SATA. Yeah,
It's SATA. Okay, I might have one of those sitting around.
cool. I'll
I have I have a bunch of the older pin drive ones too.
yeah, yeah,
ATA, remember that?
yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I've got tons of those old hard drives just full of stuff.
full of porn.
So full of porn. No, full of music. You don't need to collect porn, guys. It's all over the internet. It's
And
there for free.
just a shout out to Dirt Bike Action here
Hey,
with
buddy.
the Twisted Tea, the
Is he here?
non-alcoholic version. Oh, he's probably here watching. That or we waited so long that he went to bed because he likes to
Okay.
go to bed at 9 o'clock.
How old is he?
47, 50.
47.
He's the he's no he I lived with the guy. He was my roommate for a while, and we
His
all
early
referred to
20s,
him
right?
as early 20s. But
Hmm.
if you didn't see him and you didn't know him personally, and you just like had talked to him a bunch, you'd
Hmm.
swear the guy was like he's an
He's
old soul.
responsible.
Yes.
He's responsible. We try to be. It's very difficult.
Yeah. Look at me now.
So everyone watching, I don't want to beg, but I'm begging. Please subscribe. Let's keep this train rolling. Like anime is awesome. We love talking about it. We love watching it, and we want to share it with you. Just overviews, we want to hear your opinion on it too. That's why we're here. Well, at least that's why I'm here. Oh, there he is. Oh man. So let's move it along. I know you got to work tomorrow. Imagine that during the time of quarantine, someone got a job. Craziness.
Welcome to Soviet Canada, where you only work if you want to.
Yeah, this really needs to end sometime. People got to make money. So, opening of the film, we see
Power Rangers. Yeah.
Power Rangers. Yeah, that's what we call them in the West. Over there, they're called something else. I was never into it ever, so not my thing. I like Battle of the Planets. I don't like Voltron. Sorry, guys. Power
Ultron.
Rangers. Yeah, Voltron.
What?
It was
Now
never
that's a
my
name
thing.
I haven't heard in a long time.
It was never my thing. I was more into Battle of the Planets, also named Eagle Riders, also named Gotcha Man, also named G-Force. That was my show. So when Voltron came out, I'm like, hey, this has been done before. Stop
Woo-hoo-hoo.
it. So we come across these guys here. They're discussing,
Nobody's.
yeah, but
They're
the
not even in the
poster.
movie. They're just like in this one little scene.
It's a poster of the background that you want to pay attention to because that's the band Cham.
Uh huh. Cham.
Cham, just like Wham. And you see this guy handing out. He's like zines. I got zines for Cham zines. So they seem to be very popular, but their gigs are kind of small. Here's a title
And our
screen.
main protagonist is in the biggest picture in that.
Hmm.
And there she is. What was her
About to
name?
perform.
Nimu? Nibu? Nima? Mima. Mima.
She's excellent. The voice actress in the English dub has done a lot of work, man. Oh my god, and she's actually been in like TV and stuff too.
She's been busy.
She's been busy. That's what you gotta do. You gotta get there and work. Good job. So here she is. They're singing their songs.
Old brown eyes.
Old brownie eyes. Your brown eye girl. She's mine.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
So we get to see a lot of her just like doing like real life stuff, like shopping and
Buying cabbage.
yeah. And there's the scene in the TV show she's in where she's like, I can't do this. I'm not into girls. It was it was disturbing. I'm like, what the hell is this? But that's good. And here's
Yeah.
this guy. What on earth?
He was the help at that concert. I
He's a
should have took a
security.
screenshot. There's a shot where he's holding his hand out like this.
Okay. Yeah, when he's watching her with his like gimp eye.
Yeah. Well, it's like I don't want to give it away, but since you're watching the stream and if you're gonna watch the whole stream, it's gonna all be spoiled anyway. But like
It's gonna be destroyed.
people who are evil in this movie, their eyes are like really far apart, like fish.
I noticed that.
Freakishly so. Like this guy, every scene, weird. His eyes are like.
There's these little cues right in this, right? And the one thing I'd like to say about this film too is it's subtly. It's very subtle and it's a very slow burn. And I know that a lot of people aren't, slow burn like horror or that type of directing isn't very common anymore because it's all just like everything pop boom,
instant gratification.
Exactly. And you literally you will get an hour
of what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, it like you're it's a very slow burn up until the last 20 minutes, and then even then you don't quite have a grasp of what's happening because of
no, there's no grasp in this one.
Yeah,
my grasp was non-existent for much of this movie, but it all comes together.
Yeah, exactly. It does gel together at the end, and we're just gonna take you guys through a quick overview. So we get the three girls.
Looking
it's weird. I actually kind of like the music. Like usually,
it pumps.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, usually in these things, like especially for 1997. I mean, even the background music in some scenes, I was like, "Whoa, that's like drum and bass."
yeah. The chase scene.
Mm-hmm.
The one chase scene that they had, like people were running, and I was like, it was like, oh yeah, yeah, 97, like okay,
it's a good year.
Oh, who hasn't lied down like that in their bed?
Yeah, I actually have that exact same. Like I have an actual
those
Japanese
pillows. You have those same throw pillows.
I do have heart pillows.
Right on.
Julia's, she left them here. But I actually have that exact same type of futon in my place. It's on the floor. It's low. It's nice. It's comfortable. You can roll it up, throw it in the closet if you don't want it around. Real futons don't have frames. Let's move on. So she's on the phone. This reminded me a little bit of Scream. Yeah.
That's what she hears.
It's like, I'm in the house. Like there's a little bit of Scream going on here. That's one thing that maybe you guys haven't noticed. We're picking out films that have heavily influenced Hollywood. So it's like, who? Someone watched it and goes, I like that. I'm taking it. I'm gonna put it in my.
Maybe not that, but I will say about this part of
it. Pretty close.
She's talking on the phone to her mom, and her mom's like, her mom gives you an idea because this is definitely like a movie told from the perspective of the main protagonist.
That's right.
And Mima is the main protagonist in this, and her mom's on the phone because she's made the decision that she wants to go from being a J-pop star, which is the same thing as K-pop, to she wants to be a big actress. She wants to be an actor.
Yeah, she wants to act.
And her mom's like, you've worked so hard for this. Don't give it up.
And that's
She's
where
like, fuck you, Mom. I'm doing it.
How long have we been streaming? Okay, that's fine. Just here's a tip for everybody. If you swear within the first 90 seconds of streaming, you have 0 search results.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What about
Creator
15
Academy.
minutes?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
So yeah, she's talking to dear old mom there, and she's like, I don't know. I took every screenshot in this. Like you constantly have reactions from her face, which we'll get into that later. But she gets a fax.
Traitor.
Yeah, fax.
I looked it up. That says traitor.
Mm-hmm.
So this is right after she got the weird, creepy, breathy
Right.
phone call that this fax comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So you're starting to get an idea of like someone doesn't like something about her.
Yeah, someone out there is not happy about her becoming an actress. That's for sure. And we got this shot here. It's her first day on the set. She has one line to say. I was going to use that as
Excuse me, do I know you?
Yeah, exactly. And this guy, he gets hit with a letter bomb, which was really
meant for her.
Exactly. It was meant for her, and it had the same traitor on it, and you can see that there.
Uh-huh.
That guy's like the executive producer, or the producer of the show, something like that.
What's he doing opening her mail anyway?
Yeah.
Asshole. That's
Isn't
what
there
you
a
get.
law? Isn't there a law against that?
Yeah, it's federal.
So,
well, I don't know about Japan, but
who knows? I just like the scene because I was like, oh, I used to have that same computer. And sure enough, you can see in the box here, Macintosh Performa. Like, exact
yeah,
same one.
and they even had the authentic startup screen
and
everything.
So
Very accurate.
She's hanging out with her agent.
Yep.
Okay. Our manager? I don't know.
What's her name? Ramu?
Mumu? Shamu. That's a good one. And yeah, I just like this. So this is actually a website that she didn't make.
Mima's Room.
Mima's Room, yeah. Creepy. And it has all these like blog posts basically. And this, even in 97, like people were streaming back then. They'd have sites like this. Like it was very low quality video, like 240p, but
yeah, no, it's very much a web crawler type, like Yahoo site.
Angel Fire site.
Yeah, Angel Fire site.
Oh man, Excite.
Oh, Excite. Oh man.
Lycos.
Oh, Lycos. Ooh, web crawler.
Yeah, you gotta
Alta Vista.
I loved Alta Vista as a search engine.
Alta Vista was my favorite.
Yeah, I used that forever.
Mm-hmm.
I used to use Magellan too, but
yeah. Yes, that's one thing that the younger generation will never have the luxury of choosing their search engine.
Yeah, there's how many is there right now? I'm sure there's a bunch of them, but no one uses them. Like DuckDuckGo and Bing. Bing actually has some cool features if you're looking for pictures, but not as it's not as good as Google.
Oh, what kind of pictures, Julian?
Celebrity pictures.
Right. There he is. Fish head.
Oh.
Old fish head.
His wonky eye. He's like creeping on her. Man, that guy's a freak. And we see that, and she's like, "Oh my god, what is
that guy?" You know who that guy is, though, right?
Tell me.
Okay, you know the guys who were throwing the cans?
Yeah.
At the concert?
Mm-hmm.
That's the main... That was like the leader, the ringleader of... And the creepy dude who we saw before, he was like waiting by her house. He taped that up And I researched it, and what
Cool.
that says is that it's a news clipping that guy was sent to the hospital in critical condition on a hit and run.
Oh. Oh, wow.
So what happened was, you know, Stalker Boy probably hit that dude with a car, because that's the same guy. Because Stalker Boy, he was the same dude who was working the concert who we saw
Yeah.
earlier, and
And
like
that
those
guy,
guys were throwing cans,
and then they punched him
making
out.
trouble. Yeah, and Stalker Boy got punched out, and yeah, and then he was like doing the weird thing like that,
Right.
and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude?
Oh,
Whoa.
fish head. Yeah. He's a interesting character though. I mean, like let's get back here. I personally, this is my opinion, I thought he'd be a red herring, to tell you the truth.
He is the red herring. He's exactly the red herring.
Right. Well, okay, we'll get to that soon, but I honestly thought maybe that didn't happen, and then it did, and oh my god, like if you guys have ever seen, there he is, creepy. that's that's what he sounds like in the film. I'm not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
his
how he plays.
eyes are on the side of his head like a fish.
Yeah, he's fish head, and his teeth are just trashed. Oof. So we see her at
No chance
the
in hell.
she's at her agency, and the other two girls they're so they're a duo now instead of a trio.
No, they added a girl, I thought.
No, 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 that's in her head.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
know.
there's a lot of shit that's in her head in this.
Yes, she's under a lot of stress, I'd say, and pressure.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh.
So this scene here, which is another one, it's like, is this actually happening, or this guy's approaching her? Hey, do you need an agent? I'm like, doesn't she have an agent? But no.
No, it's
So,
actually a film, a part in the movie that she's, or in the series that she's the star in,
yes.
or not the
So
star, an actress in.
and the strangest part about this is it cuts between that and reality, and it blends them together. So you never quite know what is real and
Yes,
what is part of
and
the
the
TV show.
blending gets more and more pervasive as you advance through the movie, and
Mhm.
it does a really good job of painting this really confused picture of what the hell is going on.
Exactly.
You have
What's
just as
happening?
much of an idea as she does.
It's true. That's like that is where I'm going to draw the similarity to Black Swan, starring Natalie Portman and
Mm-hmm.
Mila Kunis. That took a while.
Oh, Mila Kunis.
Ah, Mila Kunis. Did you know she's a chimera?
Yes,
That's cool.
she's also a avid World of Warcraft player.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that gives everyone out there hope, right? Maybe you'll meet her.
Yeah, maybe I'll meet her online.
Yeah, maybe you'll fall in love till she sees you in person. Okay, so in this scene here, um, she's reading the script, and like she basically gets offered a scene that's a little racy. It's a little much. It's something she never
This
thought she would ever do.
the
Basically,
scene similar to Requiem
Requiem.
for a Dream.
Yeah, we're
Similar.
getting to it. We're getting to it. I have screenshots. They are tasteful. Just to let you know,
Mm-hmm.
it took me a long time to get the right ones, so a certain traitor doesn't flag our show.
And this part is when she's riding the subway
That's
and
right.
she first hallucinates her
Her
reflection, her
exactly
old persona, her old self,
her
the
J-pop.
J-pop star.
Yeah,
And
that
she
becomes
says to her, There's no way I'm going to do that.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want to do this. What am I
Mm-hmm.
doing? It's like her conscious on steroids. It's really it. All right, here we go. So this is the scene. If you guys have seen Requiem for a Dream, starring Jared Leto and Jennifer Connelly,
Jared Leto sucks.
I don't mind him. But
Just putting it out there.
so she's basically she's playing the role of a stripper, and trust me, we don't have any of the bad stuff here, traitor. And you know, you have to keep it in mind in this film. She's playing the role of one that's for a TV show. It's She's not actually stripping. All of this is simulated, and they stop several times. They're like, cut. Okay, we gotta get the different camera angles. Now, I don't know what you were expecting, but you know, we did watch Kite, so
Oh, this is nothing compared to Kite.
no.
Kite was an unpleasant surprise. And the scene in this, I mean, like, yeah, she's, it's a nasty scene, and she's an actress playing the part, and they're very clear about that. That
Did you
this is
did you
just
like the one? I just don't want to cut you off, but did that one comment they said about Jodie Foster? That was great
yeah,
because Jodie Foster is in that movie where you know,
yeah,
a gang forces themselves on her on a pinball machine. God, that never want to watch that again. I saw that when I was like 12. I'm like, oh my god, this is awful. So I like the callback to it though. Like they have, man, this film it's complex and it's just well done. Like the script is amazing in this. Now, I'm telling everyone out there right now, like you'll get to this and be like, oh yeah, here we go, typical anime stuff. But no, it's not. It's not what you think. So yeah, this is the scene where this happens. Is you know, and there's that Requiem for a Dream right there. Like at the end of that movie, the expressions on their faces. All they needed was like money in their hands, right? Total,
yeah.
almost, yeah, very similar. She's acting very hard. This is just keep in mind she's an actor. None of that's actually happening to her, and she snaps out of it. Basically, they're like end scene, and she's at her Mima's house. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mima's room. So she's back in Mima's room, and she notices all of her fish are dead. And this is where it starts to get very surreal, and you don't really.
That's where the line
Yeah,
starts to blur.
exactly. Because she cracks during that scene. When she filmed that, her psyche completely cracks. It's a lot like Natalie Portman in Black Swan when she completely cracks.
Not saying it, not saying anything, but
Not saying. Well, let's bring something up here. Let me bring that up. So Darren Aronofsky, who filmed Black Swan and Requiem for a Dream, he actually met up with the director of this film in 2002, and they had a good chat. They had a really good chat. So you can say maybe it's inspired, but I think it's like everything else we've been watching, like Paprika's Inception for sure.
yeah.
Ghost in the Shell is, the Matrix stole shot for shot. You know, like these Hollywood types. This guy Darren Darren Aronofsky, he's denying it, but you know what?
You're
I'm
full
gonna
of
say,
shit, Darren.
get out of here, you Hollywood bastard. So she trashes her entire apartment there. You know, She's losing it, and then she just wants to go see her website. It's basically a fan site. She's not running that website, or is she? That's like it's. I don't know. Do you have any insights to that, or
Um, well, I think it's the person that's pulling the strings is
right? Right. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Like somebody is leaking all of her personal information out there online on this website, like conversations she's had, when she's nervous about her lines, like every little thing in her life is appearing on there, and
and
that's
who's there?
yeah. It's
Who's there the whole time? Now,
but we
the
start
big reveal soon on We Are the Night.
coming soon. So even in this scene, because of what we know, right? Because we've watched the movie, even in this scene, this might. Oh my god! I just. It's like it's complex.
Somebody's
Like
playing
something
with her
this
head.
exactly this. It's complex. It's very complex. Like
I'm going to say one thing.
okay,
Now, throughout this movie, her sanity starts to slip.
right.
And I can say from personal experience, um, Julian, you might know a little bit about this. Some of our viewers have no clue.
Go ahead.
But I had actually lived with somebody who had some severe um, personality issues, personality disorders, and
Okay.
it made me question my own sanity.
Yeah.
We'll just say that.
Well, that's
And
yeah.
once that person gets kind of into your headspace, because
Hmm.
um, that was an experience from a long time ago for me, and it still affects me to this day. And I will say that if you are close to somebody who um, has major mental issues, it can affect you, and you should distance yourself from that person. Just saying.
So,
The more you know.
James has left this comment for us. Thank you. I think he's being affected by the show as well. Okay, so let's. I know
Cardano, James. It's going parabolic.
but one thing I do know, I do have experience with it with a really dear friend of mine, but she has bipolar 2 and schizophrenia. And when she's not on her meds, you start to question a lot of things because she will sound very convincing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like a lot, yeah. And all of a sudden you get dragged into that, and
Yep.
I'm like, wait a second, no, none of this is real. Like, what am I doing? Like, I'm getting dragged into this, and so, yeah, I got a good feel for what you're talking about. I'm jiving with you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So that this scene could have been two different things, and this is where it starts getting deep. It's not a bad. It's a good movie. I'm telling you, I really enjoyed it. So we see the crazy stalker guy. This is like where this is his place, and at this point, I'm thinking he's the one running that website, but that's
Well,
not
he
true.
is. He is the
No,
one.
no, he's
He
not.
runs the website, but the main antagonist is the one who sends him emails.
Yeah, he's getting like he thinks that he's talking to her the whole time. Like she's communicating with him,
Yeah,
and like that's why he feels like he's like you see him early on, and he's always smiling at her, and like
he feels
she's
like he's saving her.
well yeah, and the way he's acting is that like they know each other,
He's
they've been
doing her a
talking.
favor.
Yeah, they've been talking online. They're like best friends, and she knows him, and
But
that's why he's like
why?
making that face and all that. But you
That
know,
ugly face.
and yeah, once again, there's a psychosis happening, but is it? And then we start seeing, well, this is straight up psychosis. I don't know what to describe it. the character
Schizophrenia.
jumps out of the computer and starts hopping across lampposts. I'm like, what the? And I can't remember who this guy is, but this
He was the scriptwriter for the series.
there we go. His fate was not well.
No.
So yeah, he opens the elevator. He's going up to his place, and there's a boombox. Just
Playing
like,
her song
yeah,
from
I
when
was
she
like,
was a J-pop star.
I'm like, this can't be good. And
No.
sure enough, that's what happens.
That's a life lesson, people. Never get into an elevator
There's a
where an
boombox.
inanimate object was specifically left for you.
Walk
That's
away.
just a no-no. Yeah, just walk away, get back in your car, drive to McDonald's, get a
Or
Big Mac with extra sauce,
extra sauce.
call it a day.
Or take the stairs. Now, if you like walking the stairs, check out my other videos.
Bam!
Stairs.
Stairs.
All about stairs, people. So, I believe she's on that photo shoot with that creep. And he's like, take your top off.
The
I'm like, oh.
photographer. No, he's a legitimate photographer. He's just good at getting people to take their clothes off.
True.
If you were a photographer, now any red-blooded man who made their career taking pictures of beautiful women. I mean,
hey, they all warned her. They said, hey, that guy is really good at getting people to strip down. Sure enough, she goes for it. There's her two friends there doing their duo act. I just thought it was cool.
You notice, though, see that guy right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you have the screenshot of where he's got the camera pointed?
It'll be there. Just showing some comments here. Buffering, but okay. Well, are you a robot today, James? Thanks for being here, Robot James. Yeah, we'll move on. So we see we see our creep basically, hanging out, and
yeah, he's got his handy cam.
Yeah, he's always covering up that gimp eye.
Now, where he's got the
backstage.
camera pointed, let me just say where he's got the camera pointed is it's right in the middle where she used to stand.
Right, exactly.
And like this empty space where she was like the focal point of this guy's shooting.
Now she's hallucinating this, and I think he is as well.
Yes, like it's shared.
It's a shared hallucination. Like it's hard to interpret what's going on, whether this is real or a dream or just like stress related on her part. Like she was not ready to be an actress, obviously, and that a lot of pressure. She just wanted to keep doing this. Whew. Telling you guys, there's levels here. There's levels in this movie, and I don't know. Would you want to see this adapted to like the big screen with live action, or just I don't know. It's a good story. This is a really good story.
It is a really good story, and I kind of feel like it would be like a disservice on Hollywood's part. But I mean, you know what? I liked Inception. I like Black Swan.
Mm-hmm.
I like The Matrix.
Yeah. I didn't like Requiem for a Dream, by the way.
Did you not?
No. That movie stressed me out.
It stressed me out too. I wasn't really. Much. Yeah, it wasn't entertaining. And like I like my movies to be entertaining. Like thought-provoking entertainment. Elbow cough buffering. Beep boop.
Okay.
Did somebody beg James to fuck with us on our stream?
I don't know. Move on.
Cardano James.
So this is probably the best shot of the guy. Let's full screen this here. It just
Oh
goes to
yeah.
show the level of. Oh man, I feel bad for the guy at the same time, but like his entire life revolves around her. Like that this is all he has. He's so in love with her, and he's the ultimate fan. And that does exist.
You know,
I
if he
know it
got a
does.
decent job, they have like dental plans.
Donald plan. Listen, it's braces.
Dental plan. Lisa needs braces. Shut up, Lenny. You're ruining my train of thought.
So I just took this one because like man, her place is a pigsty.
Yeah.
And there she is, like just obviously I had to edit this, so it's family
Too
friendly.
much. This is too much.
Yeah, she's having a massive breakdown, just soaking her head in the bathtub, like, oh my god, I can't. What is going on with?
Yeah,
She's losing it.
she's seeing if she can dunk her head in there and just give up and not come back up.
Now we have our friend here and his wall of holy crap, man! Like, throw this
His
guy in
wall of
jail.
Mimu or Mima.
He's got a shrine to her. She is kind of cute for a cartoon. Give her that.
I
And
wonder what the real her would look like. And there's his hallucination of her, and there's the pile of magazines, and in those magazines,
it's all every
it's that
appearance.
photo shoot. So this guy went around to every magazine stand he could find and bought up every one of those magazines. He even
Right.
stopped a guy from buying it because the guy was looking at it and he's like, yeah, and he grabs it from him. And then he just
Right.
goes ahead and buys them.
No one is going to see her naked. Like
No.
no. And there she is as the J-pop star, his hallucination going, "Thank you, I love you." And he's like, you know, he thinks that he's talking to her online. And this is such a well, we have this nowadays. It's called the internet's always had this. People pretending.
What do they call those, James?
Yeah, yeah, James. Since you're
Since you're
involved,
so active in the chat, take part. There's the waifu. Mom, why did he? What? I
I don't
missed
know.
that.
This is this is more crazy comments. Okay, so but yeah, he's thinking that it's called catfishing. We have this nowadays. The guy's being catfished by someone that he thinks is her. And I actually thought maybe she had a doppelganger or something, right? But
Mm-hmm.
apparently not.
Don't know what to believe.
You don't know what to believe in this. And we have even this was confusing because she's doing a scene with the doctor. It goes, "You can't believe illusions, or illusions can't hurt you." What was it? Something like that. But
Yeah, I forget.
and then it cuts.
Dreams.
Yeah, it cuts back to reality.
I don't even know
And
what reality is in this point in the movie. I remember
no,
thinking
this
to
is
myself, here it just shit just comes unraveled. Reality just complete. I don't know. The viewer, you don't know what to believe. Like anybody watching
no,
this movie at this
you've got
point
no
doesn't know
idea.
what to believe.
No idea. It's out the window. But it's all going to come too. So her two friends or co-workers, whatever, the two girls from the J-pop band she was in, they're basically doing like a radio show podcast type thing, and she's supposed to go visit them, but she's in the green room and she starts seeing her hallucination there, and she has another meltdown, right? So she starts running, and the hallucination, she just starts seeing her in the street. She's everywhere, chasing her down. She's like, "Leave me alone," basically. What is going on? She's losing her mind.
Yep, that stunned look on her face, the same one I had.
Yeah, that's where I was.
What is going on?
So
Is this blood real?
Hmm,
Is anything real?
exactly. I love that scene, by the way.
Yeah.
She's
That scene, that's
lost
the
it.
hardest hitting scene from this
Hmm.
film for me, because I'm watching it and I'm as confused as she is, and she's starting to come to
Unravel.
terms with the fact that, like, I don't know what's real, what's not at all.
Yeah, she's just unraveling at the seams. I like it. And now we see the photographer. He's sitting there having a drink. He's kind of lame. He orders a pizza. He's just hanging out, having a beer.
Just a dapper lad having a drink in his home,
Yeah, he's like, I took all those pictures and I still didn't get any.
sitting in front of his fern tree
Yeah,
on his red couch. Do you
just
notice
hanging
the
out.
color red? The
Yes,
color red is very
it's prominent.
uh-huh.
Shows up a lot in this.
It does. The
A lot
very
of
vibrant red color. And I don't know, I kind of noticed it, and I'm just like, and this at the when he's sitting on the red couch, and I'm like, because like they do that in a lot of movies, they use
yeah,
colors.
yeah. Signifying something that's going to happen.
Yeah, and yeah, I'll have to watch it again to like understand why.
No, absolutely. This is a. We'll get to that part. We're close, but moving along. He gets stabbed in the eyeball, by the way, by the pizza delivery person, who we are thinking is her, but at this point, I'm not sure.
Oh, we know who it is.
Right. It seems, yeah, we know what's up. So yeah, he's getting attacked. She's just like taking him out. There's pictures of her. Basically, he's got a screen on the wall, like with the pictures of her, right? And
Which is what he
she's
was looking at.
yeah, that's what he was actually doing. It's probably gonna
Probably gonna.
pull one out,
Mm,
knock one off, get some slipstring action going on. But he doesn't get that opportunity, and there he is with his camera. Yeah, I don't know why he took that one. But we find, oh wait, yeah, it was the news report saying that he'd been killed. She finds
the outfit the
yeah,
murderer was wearing.
exactly, and she has like,
Maybe it was her.
yeah, she's like, oh my god, did I do it? And we got reporters like basically this like trying to barge her door down. Was it you? Could you do you have a comment? And then she snaps to, and no, she's just filming the TV show. Except now she's like messed up, and they're saying breathe hard, breathe heavy in this scene. Like you just killed someone, and she wakes up like it nothing. And this right here, you come across this scene a lot. She's constantly just waking up
From
from the tension and the like the 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 murder scenes. It's hard to say what is real and what's not at this point. It's completely out the window, and that is just basically the editing. Really, if you think about it, because I could actually cut this movie up and put it back together in a more cohesive format that would tell a very linear story. But I like this better. You know what I mean? Like I like wondering. I like having that. What's going on? So in this scene here, Fish Eyes actually gets a hold of her. They've wrapped up the show, you know, and they're waiting for her outside, and it's like,
and this is where it's revealed.
mm-hmm.
He's like, I get emails from her, the real her, and you're just her sister.
Yeah, you're a doppelganger, is what he said.
Now,
Right?
if you want to see this movie and you don't want it to be spoiled,
Yeah. Come back. You know what, guys?
come back later.
Come back later. Like, come back, leave a comment. But this is where, like,
This is where we start to unravel
yeah, like
everything.
the truth comes out. So
Hmm.
if you guys, if you don't want it completely spoiled, go watch the movie, go check it out, come back and watch this again,
Yeah.
and subscribe. Thanks.
The button is right down there.
It's right there. Just tap it.
Just
It
click
won't
it.
hurt.
Just touch it. Touch the button.
So now she's having complete mental breakdown. He's on top of her. It's almost like a recreation of that other scene, but now it's actually happening. He's got a knife to her, you know. She's so broken down by all of this disillusion, and she doesn't even know she's going to fight back, basically. Like, that's the way I felt. And look at him. He's like, I know her. She's nice
Drool
to
and
me.
sweat coming off his face.
Oh, man. I
Just
know
so
her.
ugly. Look at him. Is that like not the ugliest face you've seen?
That's pretty brutal.
He seems to get uglier as like the more nasty he gets towards her. And bam with the hammer.
The hammer scene, yeah, that was the best. She smokes him in the head with the hammer, basically kills him.
Boom.
And she's very upset. And then boom, back to reality. They just finished finished filming the murder scene in the TV show.
Yeah,
And then
but the scene cuts from that scene where
right.
she just hit him and he dies while
Hmm.
she killed him.
So
To that.
this is the producer of the show. He's all of a sudden we're just treated to this. He's missing his eyes like the other victims.
Like the photographer
Hmm.
and the
And there we go. We
scriptwriter.
find that Buddy's. They're both laying in the back there. She
Now,
said, "What I have to call this guy," and his phone's ringing, and then this is what we end up with. It's like, what's going on?
now his eye.
Well, I don't think the murderer wanted the other eye. It was too wonky for the collection.
Yeah, she just looked at it and was like, "Ooh."
So this scene here is another one too. Like, she comes to, and
The fish are alive.
yeah, they're all back. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
What is going on here? And look who's here. It's her. Do you like
But
this
is it?
outfit? But is it? No, it's her agent.
That's right.
Yeah,
All
this
along.
it was her all along. But this isn't like Scooby Doo, because when she starts acting out her when she acts out her mental illness, she literally like transforms right
Oh my god.
into a couple.
Scooby Doo. Good analogy, bro. Everyone knows your analogies are sick.
We could, if it wasn't for you kids, but yeah, it's so.
That
It was just so.
meddling teenager.
It was like, this movie is mind-boggling.
It is.
This is the best part though. Like the last like 20 minutes, man. Okay, guys, I can tell you right now. Even if you don't want to watch the other parts of the movie, it is very long and drawn out. But that's the point of it. You're building up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
But you could just put it on the last 20 and be like, whoa. It wouldn't take away from it. So she wakes up too, and her agent said, we're going back to Mima's house.
They could have like an ADD cut where, like,
Yeah.
they cut out the more complex stuff for those of us with lower attention spans for this kind of stuff.
They just have explosions and robots. It'll work.
Yeah.
So this is like, her agent was supposed to be bringing her back to her apartment, but she literally wakes up in her old apartment, like with all the old decorations, like the Cham posters, and it's like a bunch of stuff she threw out. But no, this is not her house. This is the agent's house. Who can, yeah, it gets. She's like running away from this person. This is crazy. And this is where the lines start to blend from like psychosis into reality. But she's like, what is going on? Why are you acting like that? You're not me. Oh, this scene here too. She gets stabbed in the back with an umbrella. I've always
Oh
wanted to see
man,
that for some reason.
you've always wanted to see someone get stabbed with an umbrella.
Well, in cartoons, they'd be like fencing with umbrellas. It's like, could that hurt someone? Yeah, apparently it can. Oh my
Do you
god.
think she like jumped down Mary Poppins style with the umbrella? It's like,
Well, no, we see the actual reality of when she's chasing her and with the reflections. It's someone who's
mm-hmm.
absolutely bonkers, right? Like right there. This is a reflection, right? And she's behind her, and you're actually seeing the age and how she is. But our protagonist is so caught up in this web of like schizophrenia, you know, and stress and disillusionment. She,
That's when
it's not,
she's looking in the mirror.
yes,
That's a very important scene in this movie
it is.
because that's when she realizes.
Yeah. So she breaks that window, right? So the reflection is, and I couldn't take a shot of that. It's too violent. We don't
Well,
have
yeah,
it
because
on YouTube.
the window was broken, and what's her name? Ramu,
Shamu.
Shamu. She
Yeah.
falls on a piece of broken
She
glass.
purposely falls on it.
Yeah,
That
and
didn't look.
then
Yeah.
it's like
That looked like.
seppuku because the as soon as the wig comes off, that's when like
Yeah. She
everything
tore
just.
her wig off, and then like yeah, the whole charade. She's like, oh, I'm.
It's like as soon as Mima like tore the wig off of Ramu, like Ramu is like she just snaps. She's just like, oh my god.
Yeah. And oh man, like I'll get into that in a second, but
And you,
there
yeah,
she is. She once again, she's got the wig on. She's Mimu. She's like performing for J-pop. I'm a star, and she's about to get
yeah,
hit.
it's the Hollywood lights.
Yeah.
And then Mimu saves her from the speeding truck,
Hmm.
and we segue to this scene where the real Mima is
At the
what?
mental hospital,
Yes.
and she's looking at her. It's like basically what was really interesting is that this entire plot line was already given away because of the TV show that was filming, where her character has dissociative personality disorder.
Hmm.
So she's multiple personalities, but it turns out so does her agent. Oh, I'm telling you guys, you have to watch this more than once. And if you just want to watch giant robots killing each other, there's other stuff. You just want to watch violence, but this is an actual film. Check it out. This is really good. I love it. And then she got the flowers and.
She still thinks she's her.
Hmm. God, it's almost heartbreaking too.
Yeah, you almost feel sorry for Rami.
Shamu. You said it first. I'm just going with it. So, yeah, she looks in the mirror and she's like, "I'm the real me. See ya."
As she says to the doctor,
Right. There,
she's like,
go ahead.
if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be the person I am today.
It's true on a few different levels.
Hmm.
So I know you got to work. Let's just get into it. Would you watch this again?
I feel like I have to
Hmm.
because there's this movie kind of unravels before your eyes, and it does beg for a second watch because
Definitely.
it's one of those movies where the second time around when you're watching it, you're like,
You'll start
okay,
finding other things, right?
yeah, you'll start seeing the why because the whole movie, like for the first probably three quarters, you're just like, okay, I have no idea what's going on,
Hmm.
no clue, none
It's
whatsoever.
like Black Swan. I had to
Yeah,
watch it
like Black
twice.
Swan.
Yeah, to find out why is she going crazy. Would you recommend this?
Yeah, I would. anyone who likes those kind of mind fuck movies where
Psychological
you're
thrillers.
yeah, where you're
Yeah.
constantly questioning what's going on, for sure, absolutely. If that's your kind of movie, this is the movie for you.
Oh yes, I definitely agree with that. And what would you do differently?
Um, I don't know, the first part, the first three acts, we'll say, seem a little dragged out. Um, the confusing part was a little long, and I understand that it's for build up. So I mean,
Right.
from the standpoint of somebody who doesn't understand what they're watching when they watch the first half,
Hmm.
I could say that the movie could have been a little bit more compressed to just move it along a little bit, but
Right. Pacing.
and the pacing was a little off for me personally. But it was isn't a lot I would change. That's the only thing.
See. Okay. Great. Um. Yeah, I'll just come in split screen with you. Would I recommend this? Absolutely, guys, go check it out. If you saw, I've seen other reviews on it, and they're trying to put this on the level of Kite. No, no,
No,
don't even. It's no, no, don't think
two
so.
very completely different.
This is not to me. This is an actual movie. Kite was 2 episodes of. Well, if you watch the edited version of Kite, it's a little bit better. I do love it though. I like the idea of it, but this was a film. I saw this in the theaters in 1997. I don't know if. No, sorry. Yeah, it was 1997. I saw this at Garneau. I don't know if you know what that is, but they used to play like Sundance films. They probably still do. So
Oh yeah,
that's where I first saw it, and it blew my mind away, especially in 1997 because I was probably smoking a bit of the green stuff, guys. It's what we did before we saw movies. Ugh. And I recommend it. Check it out. Get in there. Would I watch it again? I obviously we agree on that. We have to, especially now that I'm not. How old was I in 1997?
18,
17,
19.
yeah, 17, something like that. So, you know, it obviously flew over my head back then. I did buy the VHS. A very large VHS collection of anime. So it's great. As far as the directing goes, what would I do different? Nothing. I appreciate a slow burn. I said that earlier. So I like the tension build. I like being confused. I It makes it worth watching. I think the guy that directed this, he's an amazing director. All of his films they're great. So we are going to be covering more of them until we run out. He died. He died pretty young. So
Oh, the guy who made this movie,
yeah, he made Paprika as
he
well.
passed away.
Hmm.
I didn't know that.
At like 46. So
Wow. Of what?
I didn't quite look that up. I just saw that he was deceased, and it made me sad that we're not going to get any more films from this
Hmm.
marvelous director. Like,
Imagine
wow.
if he like made the transition into like big Hollywood.
I know, right? Like we will be watching some crazy stuff.
If he'd refined his, because I mean, if that was him when he was, you know, well, he's probably in his 30s when he made this,
Like late 20s. Yeah,
late 20s. So like,
he'd have more time to refine his
art,
craft,
yeah, art. It's not
his
like sports.
script.
It's
Yeah,
not like sports. Like and when you're an athlete, you're only good in your 20s. Once you hit like 30, you're as soon as you hit 30, you're like, oh god, you're not a blue chip anymore. You're kind of like, oh, here we go. Like this guy's probably going to be a liability soon. But
hey,
art is completely different.
they said that about me in snowboarding, dude. Still competing. But not everyone will push their body to the ultimate limit and kill themselves for something so stupid. Well, it's not stupid. It's just I am retired now. I mean, put it that way. Too old, which sucks.
Too old to become a Jedi.
Well, actually, this is my last season of competitive snowboarding was this year, and then COVID hit, and all the mountains closed, and all the contests were done. I'm like, oh, that's nice. I killed myself on those stairs, you bastards. Wanted to go out with a bang, and it's more like, let's all get drunk and live stream for 6 months. Anyhow, we'll stop that. So let's get back over to you. What's your stare rating?
150.
Nice. I can't argue with that. And myself, I'm actually going to give this 160. Just because I enjoy the build-up. So, with that, our friend Snicko, or Mabobius, whatever he wants to go by, he's got to get to work at 5:30 in the morning. He stayed up way too late to do this. So you guys better hit subscribe. Because he's doing this for you. You understand? So am I, because we're your best friends.
Hit that button down there.
Yeah. We love anime. You love anime. And with that, you can't break this human spirit. And I do love you all. And freeze frame. Whoa.
Oh no, wrong camera. Oh. Buddy.